I used to love the city's pulse. The endless cacophony, the towering structures, the promise of infinite possibilities. It was a rhythm I'd danced to for years. But now, the melody has turned discordant. It's as if the city itself is closing in, tightening its grip around me. It started subtly, a creeping sensation that something was amiss. Then came the packages. Not the usual online shopping haul, but a series of enigmatic deliveries. First, a plain brown box containing only a single white feather. A bizarre, almost poetic touch, if it weren't for the growing unease it ignited. The next package held a peculiar wooden puzzle, intricate and impossible. Hours were spent trying to solve it, a futile attempt to find a hidden meaning. And then there was the book. A first edition of a long-forgotten author, with a single page marked, a passage underlined. The words seemed to shimmer with a strange significance. With each delivery, a fresh layer of paranoia is peeled back. I find myself scrutinizing every detail, every shadow. The once familiar faces on the subway now feel like strangers, their eyes filled with a knowing glint. The city, once a vibrant tapestry of life, has transformed into a labyrinth of suspicion. I've started seeing patterns where none exist, or so I tell myself. A recurring number, a specific color, a symbol that appears in the most mundane of places. The lines between reality and delusion are blurring, and I fear I'm teetering on the edge of a precipice. Out here, the world shrinks to the size of a pinprick. The days bleed into one another, marked only by the shifting of light and the changing of seasons. There's a comfort in this solitude, a sense of peace that has always grounded me. But lately, that peace has been shattered. It began innocently enough. A package arrived, an unexpected gift from a distant relative. Inside was a single feather, soft and delicate. A curious token, but nothing more. Then came another, and another. Each one different, yet connected by an ethereal thread. Now, they arrive with disturbing regularity. Stones, twigs, pieces of fabric, ordinary objects imbued with an extraordinary sense of purpose. I've started to see patterns in nature, messages hidden in the wind, symbols etched into the clouds. The once familiar woods have taken on a sinister aspect. Shadows seem to move with a life of their own, and the wind whispers secrets I cannot decipher. The isolation that was once a solace has become a prison, and I find myself trapped in a world of my own creation. I'm starting to believe there's a method to this madness, a grand design that I'm slowly unraveling. But with every piece of the puzzle I uncover, more questions arise. And as the isolation deepens, so too does the fear. My life had been a carefully constructed illusion. A high-rise apartment, a corner office, a social calendar filled with events. It was a performance, a carefully curated act that I'd perfected over years. But beneath this polished exterior, a gnawing emptiness resided, a void that no amount of success could fill. Lately, strange packages had been arriving at my doorstep. At first, they were innocuous, office supplies, tech gadgets, books. Normal, even expected in the life of a city dweller. But then the pattern shifted. A blank canvas, a single red rose, a child's toy. Ordinary objects, imbued with an eerie significance. Obsession had crept into my life like a silent thief, stealing away my focus and replacing it with a feverish pursuit of meaning. I spent countless hours analyzing these items, searching for hidden messages, secret codes. The apartment, once a sanctuary of order, had transformed into a labyrinth of cryptic clues. Every corner held a potential secret, every shadow harbored a hidden message. My once thriving social life had withered away. Colleagues and friends became distant figures in a fading memory. I retreated into a self-imposed isolation, the world outside shrinking to an irrelevant backdrop. The apartment became my universe, a confined space filled with the echoes of my own thoughts and the silent company of these enigmatic packages. One evening, as I examined the latest package, a peculiar, hand-carved wooden box, I heard a faint scratching sound. A cold dread washed over me as I realized it wasn't the building settling, it was something inside the wall. With trembling hands, I found a small, square panel and pried it open. Nestled within was a USB drive. My heart pounded as I inserted the drive into my computer. The screen flickered to life, displaying a single image, a map of the city, with a red X marking a specific location. A cold dread washed over me as I realized this was no longer a game. Someone, or something, was playing for keeps. The location was a deserted warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The drive there was a journey into the unknown, a descent into a personal hell. The warehouse was a decaying behemoth, a testament to neglect and time. As I stepped inside, the silence was oppressive, broken only by the echo of my own footsteps. The interior was a labyrinth of shadows, a place where fear resided. I found hidden cameras, their lenses staring blankly, and cryptic symbols painted on the walls, forming a disturbing pattern. It was a scene straight out of a paranoid thriller, yet here I was, the unwitting protagonist. Evidence of occupation was scattered throughout the warehouse. Empty food wrappers, discarded clothing, and personal items hinted at a clandestine operation. A chill ran down my spine as I realized I was not alone. Someone, or something, had been here recently. The realization hit me with the force of a tidal wave. I was being hunted. The packages, the cryptic messages, the warehouse, it was all part of a larger, sinister plan. Fear, cold and calculating, took hold. I was a pawn in a game I didn't understand, a target in a hunt I hadn't consented to. As I made my way out of the warehouse, the first rays of dawn were breaking over the city. A new day was beginning, but for me, a new chapter of fear had just opened. The world outside seemed alien, a place filled with potential threats. Paranoia had become my constant companion, a shadow that would never leave me.